Thor is now a woman. Okay. So, you've probably heard by now that Thor is now a woman coming this fall. Whew. I really don't feel confident about Marvel Comics anymore. I feel confident about Marvel Studios. However, I just do not feel like... Okay. Here's my problem. Ever since New 52 came out, which is the DC renewal of their comics, Marvel has since sent Daredevil to San Francisco, where he used to be located in Hell's Kitchen, New York. Luckily, they're remedying that with the actual TV show that's coming out next year, which will be set in Hell's Kitchen, which will further confuse fans. Then Ghost Rider is now Mexican and does not drive a motorcycle anymore. Also, Daredevil's not a lawyer anymore. Alright, cool. Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe is now black. Now, that one, I could swallow. I could swallow that. I could swallow that. But what I'm saying is Marvel's changed so much of their characters that it seems like they just don't know what they're doing with their comics area. They know what they're doing with their studios. It's just... Let me read to you the classic Thor thing, which might come off as kind of stupid, but I actually said some of this in my 300 Rise of an Empire review. Okay, let's see. Thor. Okay, okay, I can't find the quote, but apparently Marvel... Oh, and Miss Marvel, is now a Muslim teenager. Oh, jeez. I just don't know what to do anymore, guys, with Marvel Comics. Oh, and they killed off Wolverine. So I have no idea what Marvel is doing with their comics area right now. I hope strongly that they reconsider Thor being a woman now, because I've been seeing this trend, which I just told you. I covered this in my 300 Rise of the Empire review. Just because women read comics does not mean you automatically have to make, or that African American people read your comics now, as opposed to when the characters were originally created. Does not mean you have to say we're changing everything about that character that you love, because more people read this now than ever. The reason why... Let me just tell you something, Marvel. This is a straight shot at you. The reason why the Avengers was so successful was not because Nick Fury was African American, although I have heard some opinions deferring that. It was because we saw superheroes in a movie no one ever thought would happen. I just don't know what to say about Marvel Comics anymore. I love Marvel now. I do. But it just seems like they're trying to do too much. Now, I could discuss to you all day about how much this changes the universe going forward, but it would be pointless because they're going to do it anyway. Actually, let me talk to you about the reason why I think these changes are terrible for comic book readers. Okay, let's tackle number one. Daredevil. Daredevil is no longer in New York City in Hell's Kitchen. See, here's the reason New York City worked, Marvel Comics. The reason New York City worked is because it was the seedy underbelly of what was going on there. Now, I will admit I have not read the new comic book line by Daredevil, with Matthew Murdock, in San Francisco. Here's the contrast between San Francisco and New York City, Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen is the Gotham of the Marvel Universe. Whereas San Francisco, nothing ever happens there. Nothing. I've been to San Francisco. It is not shady at all. There's nothing shady about it. Yes, there are some muggings that happen, but that's about it. Okay, number 2, Ghost Rider. Mexican. Okay, I can swallow that. He doesn't drive a motorcycle. Okay. Here's why I don't like the Mustang or whatever he drives now. The reason why he drove a motorcycle is because he had to go fast. You cannot go really, really fast in a 1968 Mustang. Yes, you can reach speeds of 100, but motorcycles are generally faster. That's why they are getaway vehicles, especially in GTA 5. Okay, 3, Ultimate Comics African American Spider-Man. Okay, that I could see because they handled it in a respectful way. But I think that I'm not going to go out of my reach here, but I think they made him African American because African American people now read Spider-Man, especially the Ultimate Comics, which I didn't even know was still going on. And it was also, I think, their original pick for Danny for Amazing Spider-Man was Donald Glover. And I still think that would have been a cool thing to see because we haven't gotten a African-American Spider-Man. That would have been cool, but what they did in the comics kind of just said, nope, we're not doing that. We're just gonna not acknowledge things. That really ticked me off. And Miss Marvel is a Muslim teenager. I'm not even gonna go into that. But Thor is a woman. Thor inherently is a soldier. Or a warrior, as you would call it. The reason he had that armor and had that machismo, well, that's actually everything Thor brings to Marvel Comics, outside of Wolverine and Hulk, of course. Now, I know you've made She-Hulk, and I know you've made I think you've made a female Captain Rogers, and now you're making a female Thor. You might as well. I could get female Iron Man. I could get female Hulk, but I cannot stand by this. I'm sorry, but that's just my 2 cents. But anyways, you guys know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Bye bye.